Hello guys, in today's video I am going to show you how I made this cottagecore inspired cup. Here are the materials that I used for this project, and I put the links for them down in the description box below. For the base of the cup, I took a glass that I like the shape of and I wrapped it with aluminum foil and used it as a mold. From there, I took my clay, flattened it out, and I covered the bottom half of the cup with it. It really wasn't obvious, but I was struggling so hard to work with the clay because I think I got a low quality one. It was very hard. It wasn't really moldable. So upon research, I learned that if you have a bad clay, you can use Vaseline to soften it up, and that's what I did later on. And after I'm done with the base, I went ahead and sculpted some leaves to wrap around the whole cup. I looked up some reference photos from Pinterest, but I ended up just winging it and just making up some shapes for the leaves. I think it still looks good anyway. Here I am taking out the mold before I bake it, just to be sure. I believe you can bake it with glass. It's supposed to be no problem, but since the mold that I'm using isn't mine, I just took it out. Here I'm finally using Vaseline to soften my clay so that it's easier to mold the flowers. Here I'm cutting up some wire to use as reinforcement for the stems that I'm about to mold. Because if I don't put wire inside the stems, they would just break and snap because of how thin and delicate they are. And here are all the 10 flowers that I sculpted. Some of them I used reference photos, and some of them I just completely made up. Here I am painting everything a coat of burnt umber. And this is because the darker color gives the appearance of depth and shadow when you finally paint the piece its final color. And here's my most favorite part of the process: adding color and giving life to the pieces. I ended up using only 6 out of 10 flowers that I made, and I attached them using a little bit of clay as glue. And then I rolled out a long piece of clay to wrap around the whole cup so that it looks like it's being held together by a rope. Here I realized how ridiculously big the ladybug is for the whole thing, so I decided to make 3 tiny ones. I used a matte acrylic varnish to seal the whole thing. And then I gave the ladybugs their gloss back by using gloss varnish. I decided to name this piece the Forager's Cup because it looks something like a fairy explorer would assemble as they're foraging deep within the forest. I think the name fits like a glove. Don't you think so?